Hello, it is Ryan, and I was on a flight the other day playing one of my favorite social spin slot games on ChumbaCasino.com. I looked over at the person sitting next to me, and you know what they were doing? They were also playing Chumba Casino. Everybody's loving having fun with it. Chumba Casino is home to hundreds of casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com to claim your free welcome bonus. That's ChumbaCasino.com and live the Chumba life.
Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Oh, sorry. That's for a Democrat show.
Let me know when you're ready.
No matter what the technical difficulty is, this man is a professional. He goes all the way.
What you represent to them is freedom.
Was an extremely great conservative commentator. We're tearing it up on Wednesday night. This is awesome. This will allow me to retort.
Well, this is Jersey Joe for the Reaver of Common Sense show. 8 p.m. on shrmedia.com.
Actually, I just totally screwed up. This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome to the Reaver of Common Sense show. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm making sense out of the senseless. The Jersey Takeover is here. We have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Remember to join the live chat. Go to shrmedia.com. Just click on the chat room button. Join the conversation. If you want to watch a broadcast, go to Reaver.one. Click on the live stream. And if you like that live stream, don't forget to subscribe and keep up to date. Now, the big thing, the opening of the new store. That's right. There's a new shop in town, and it is the Reaver store. Go to Reaver.one/shop. That is REAVER.ONE/SHOP. So, Trey Gowdy's giving a press conference right now because the actual committee has released its findings. And he is not pointing fingers at anyone, anywhere. All he is asking is just go read the report. Make your own decision. Make your own educated decision. Well, are you blaming... Oh, damn. Are you blaming this person? No. Go read the report. Make your decision. And the simpleton reporters just can't understand the basic concept of go read the report. He's not giving anybody any push in any direction. He wants people to draw their own conclusion. And I forget what senator, I think it was Senator, House Representative. Ouch. Something just went in my eye. Ouch. And he was saying, have you ever seen one of these committees before where there was such fight from the opposing party? The Democrats have fought since day one about this. They have fought all the way through. They have leaked information out. It's sickening what they've been doing. They came out with their own report. Well, that just proves the bullshit that they're willing to go to. Ouch. That really hurt. I don't know what it was, just something smacked me in the corner of the eye. The Ghost of Democrat Past poked me in the eye. Written by It is absolutely disgusting, the Democrats. They talk about it, they're making it politicized. They're politicizing it. And then you had, just a week ago, those two fucking piece of shit Democrats sitting up there. Well, only in America is politicizing a bad word. Yes, we're politicizing this. We're politicizing gun control. And they double talk themselves into a fucking corner. You look stupid, Democrats. Even worse than you normally do. Oh, my God. Hillary Clinton blames certain corners of the internet for eroding her trustworthiness rating. No, bitch. You're lying. You're conniving. Did it. I wouldn't trust you with anything. I can't think of anything smart-ass to say right now because I'm actually kind of sick at this moment. That woman makes me physically ill. Not because she's a woman, because she's a lying, conniving bitch. She will sell out. She has sold out America. And we have an administration that's put up with it. Then again, I don't like this woman. Not because she's a Democrat, because she's a lying, conniving bitch. And she's saying that a lot of what people read about me in certain corners of the internet, and a lot of what Donald Trump says about me is fucking true. And those corners are the four corners and the middle. It's not certain corners. It's the internet that calls you out on your bullshit, Hillary. Your own party calls you out on your bullshit. Clinton said she was troubled by polling numbers which showed that voters didn't trust her. And she put the blame on political opponents and conspiracy theories about her. That's all she's done her whole goddamn political career. Everything else is everybody else's fault. She's done nothing wrong. This woman is a joke and a half. And welcome, Jenna. Welcome to the chat room. And the one viewer, welcome. Nope, left. All she ever does is point at the Republicans for her own actions. I wouldn't take that type of actions from my daughter. Irresponsible. You know, you hear 25 years worth of wild accusations, anyone would start to wonder. And it's certainly true that I've made mistakes. I don't know anyone who hasn't, so I understand why people have questions. No, bitch, you have tossed this country under the rug every chance you got. As long as you get to make money off of it, you don't give a fuck. You murdered 4 people because...
Hello, it is Ryan, and we could all use an extra bright spot in our day, couldn't we? Just to make up for things like sitting in traffic, doing the dishes, counting your steps, you know, all the mundane stuff. That is why I'm such a big fan of Chumba Casino. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere with daily bonuses. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com. That's ChumbaCasino.com.
Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
You couldn't be bothered. No, I'm not going by what some Republican says. I'm not going by what some committee says. I'm going by what those on the ground had to say. She sits there and says, I will do everything I can to rebuild our trust in our government. Isn't that what Obama said? She's using the same fucking lines that lying piece of shit used. She's trying to use the same lines. Oh, God, that woman she's a waste of space. Waste of goddamn space. And it scares me if she wins this election. I've heard talks that that will be the pushing point. Yeah, I heard that in 2012, too. The same talk that I'm hearing, that if she gets elected, all this is going to happen, and it's going to cause certain things to kick in. Well, I heard the same thing back in 2012 if Obama got reelected. People were going to be pushed to the point. Maybe it's true. I don't know. I can't tell the future, but and I love it. Democrats are now trying to, in their report, saying, well, she was in bed sleeping. She wasn't around to make the decision. Clinton had nothing to do with Benghazi. So the bitch couldn't get the fuck out of bed? Our consulates are being attacked, and she can't get the fuck out of bed? Oh, that's a real big boost. I want to be your president, and yeah, I slept through Benghazi. Oh. So sick of this shit. All the Democrats do is blame the Republicans. Everything's Republicans' fault. I'm surprised they haven't tried to, blame the separation from the United States from Britain on the Republicans. You still got people that blame Bush for everything. I just got accepted for Lending Tree as one of my sponsors. Sweet. It's absolutely disgusting what we see. Let's get on some European news. The European Foreign Affairs Chief. Europe needs a EU army. Soon after Britain voted to leave the European Union, the Foreign Affairs Chief urged the economic and political bloc to go ahead with plans to create an army. The German politicians told Die Welt that EU countries need to cooperate more closely on issues of defense and suggested the EU needs a military headquarters. He said, we need a common military headquarters and a coalition of EU countries acting in accordance with a permanent structure of cooperation of the EU treaty. From such a group, an EU army could eventually arise. Mr. Brock, the Foreign Affairs Chief, suggested the forces be modeled on the Franco-German Brigade, a special military brigade of the Eurocorps of the European Union. Stating that a united EU army would make European foreign policy much more effective, the Foreign Affairs head said such a force would strengthen the role of Europeans in global security and defense policies, make Europe able to better fulfill its responsibility in the world, and also achieve a more synergies in defense spending. While the head of the Union's Foreign Affairs Committee acknowledged there are legal restrictions on the creation of the joint EU army because of legal restraints, he noted that it would be impossible with treaty changes and if edited, were made to the EU Constitution. EU is up to no good, and it's got some plans coming in. It's got some big plans. And it makes me laugh. We're going to discuss it in a few minutes, but I broke this and talked about it months ago. Not about the Army. That the EU was going to turn into a superstate. It was going to dissolve all the nations, and it was going to become one nation. Not a union. It was going to become the European nation. There'd be no more France, Germany, Belgium, Netherlands. It would all be the European Union. And that was the ultimate push. And that's been it from the beginning. They knew they couldn't do it from the beginning. So they had to wait a couple generations where people, like we have the young kids now, that don't know a life outside of the EU. They don't know anything else. So doing away with nations because their nation has been destroyed, any pride in that nation has been destroyed. And that's one of the reasons why Britain wanted to get the hell out of there. And this is one of those things. When you create a nation, you have to create an army. And they're looking into now creating an army. The EU's High Representation for Foreign Affairs will present a new global strategy of foreign policy. The unveiling of these plans was delayed until after Britain's referendum on June 23rd for fears talks of an EU army would encourage more voters in the UK to vote for Britex. So they know it would already piss off a shitload of... Oh, my God. I'm sorry. We know it's going to piss off a lot of people, so we don't want to announce the plan and push more people to want to leave the union. So we're going to lie to them and not give them all the information in the hopes that they stay in the union, so then we can spring this on them afterwards. Well, guess what? Fuck you. They screwed you. They said we're out of here. And now you're announcing this and other plans. And it's going to push other countries that were on the border. You're going to push them now to leave. Because there is a lot of countries that aren't a part of that original group that want nothing to do with this. They don't want to become the European nation. Those countries want to keep their identity. They don't want a European army. And you want to create that European army so that you can start forcing countries to.
Step into the world of power, loyalty, and luck.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
With family, cannolis, and spins mean everything.
Now, you wanna get mixed up in the family business.
Introducing The Godfather at ChumbaCasino.com. Test your luck in the shadowy world of The Godfather slot.
Someday, I will call upon you to do a service for me.
Play The Godfather now at ChumbaCasino.com.
Welcome to the family.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
So a poll was just taken of honest and straightforward between Clinton and Trump. Clinton got 25% honest and straightforward. Trump got 41% straight and honest. That one made me laugh. So last week, Chancellor Angela Merkel announced her intent for Germany to increase its defense spending, despite the nation's foreign minister warning against NATO saber-rattling towards Russia. A Pew poll from earlier this year showed that in the European Union, only Poles and Dutch favor an increase in defense spending. Respondents in other European countries were much more reluctant. Well, here's the thing. You've had for decades where the United States was protecting their little asses. Well, Obama has screwed that up. So now Europe has a choice. Be unprotected or they're going to have to do it themselves. Oh, God, they're talking about Hillary Clinton's statement of being untrustworthy. And it's an internet issue. I know diehard liberals that ran away from that bitch. It makes me laugh. European superstate to be unveiled. European nations to be morphed into one post-BritX. And they're going to have to move fast on this. Or the countries that we're talking about leaving are going to have to move super fucking fast to get the hell out of there. Sorry, got a text message from the balls. Hang on. I can't do two things at the same time on certain issues, and this is one of them. Because I'll start typing what I'm talking about on air. And as I said, I talked about this months ago that the European Union was going to go this. It does not come as a shock to me that it's now coming out. They're going to try to... This is their way also of kind of controlling that you can't leave anymore. So no other country can leave because it'll all be part of the same nation. You can't leave the nation type deal. They see the writing on the wall and they see that there's this, the EU is falling apart. So, you know, these politicians are for all of this. And they're trying to force hands so that people cannot leave. And that's what it comes down to. The politicians know that people are dissatisfied with this, so they're going to try to force the hands into something that people don't want. And what they don't realize is they may be forcing some hands into now jumping ship and wanting to leave when they didn't want to before. I don't know. I'm not an expert over there. I'm just giving my opinion. And I love when you give opinions about Europeans and what's going on there. They have a tendency to flip out and tell you to go fuck yourself. And what do we know? We're Americans. But they sure as hell love to stick their nose into the United States issue. So, I'm just giving my opinion of what I see. Maybe I'm completely wrong. Maybe I'm completely crazy. Could be. But this European superstate to be unveiled, it's an act of desperation. It's an act of desperation by a bunch of people that are really desperate. And we're going to go more over this after the break. Hi, Cal. I've missed you. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio and ICRN Network. And coming very soon, Red Nation Rising Radio. We will be right back.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Now, at Brownells, we know you may have only one shot to harvest that trophy, so we have thousands of accessories and replacement parts to improve your chances. We know how much you love to shoot, so our gunsmiths articles and videos will help you do more and get more out of your guns. We also value your hard work and money. That's why only Brownells backs up everything we sell with a 100% unconditional lifetime guarantee. Brownells, the world's largest supplier of firearm accessories and gunsmithing tools.
Out of the ashes of liberal rises the phoenix born onto the Red Nation Rising Radio Network coming July 4th, 2016. One of the many serving this great phoenix of Red Nation Rising Network is the one, the only Jersey Joe. Jersey Joe is bringing his Reaver of Common Sense show to the birth of a new Red Nation Rising Radio Network.
My name is Chris Peranto, call sign Tonto. I was with the Global Response Staff. We were the security element for the Central Intelligence Agency in Benghazi, Libya on 9/11/2012. Myself and my team responded to an attack that killed Ambassador Chris Stevens, Sean Smith, and two of my teammates, Tyrone Woods and Glenn Doherty. Radical Islam is basically terrorism in a nutshell. It wants to not only put down Western values, it wants to kill anybody that supports those Western values, which is freedom, which is Christianity, and which is also anything that looks poorly on Sharia law. We've allowed it again to grow into something that it shouldn't be, and it's becoming stronger and stronger every day that we don't lead from the front. Obama and Hillary, by avoiding the phrase radical Islam, they're being politically correct.
How to have fun, anytime, anywhere. Step 1. Go to ChumbaCasino.com.
ChumbaCasino.com. Got it.
Step 2. Collect your welcome bonus.
Come to Papa welcome bonus.
Step 3. Play hundreds of casino-style games for free.
That's a lot of games. All for free?
Step 4. Unleash your excitement.
Woohoo!
Chumba Casino has been delivering thrills for over a decade. So claim your free welcome bonus now and live the Chumba life. Visit ChumbaCasino.com.
VGW Group. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
They don't see it for what it is, and that's straight up destroying the Western world. Radical Islam doesn't have a fear. They will give up their lives. They will detonate themselves. They will do anything they can to fulfill Sharia law and kill the infidels. If we're not able to even say radical Islam, the word radical Islam, there's no way we can fight it. There's no way we can defeat it. The United States of America doesn't lead from behind. We are always setting the example. If not, we're going to see terrorism get bigger and bigger, and eventually it's just going to be continual lone wolf attacks in the United States. And I don't want that to happen to my kids. I don't want to see my family go through that. Please join me in waking up Washington in this fight on radical Islam, seeing the threat that it really is. Sign up at leadingfromthefront.org.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplains.dailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean.
Dude, I'm not saying cow for the stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint.
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
Also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mud Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the Reaver of Common Sense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date on everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense show. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm making sense out of the senseless. The Jersey Takeover is here. We have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Remember to join the live chat. Go to shrmedia.com. Just click on the chat room button. Join the conversation. If you want to watch a broadcast, that's perfect. Go to reaver.one. Click on the live stream. And if you like that live stream, don't forget to hit subscribe. Oh, God, brain fart. Couldn't even think of a simple word like subscribe. And remember, the big thing, the Reaver store is now open. The new and improved store. Go to reaver.one/shop. That is REAVER.ONE/SHOP. Check it out. Tell me what you think. So, going to get on with the show. I find it so funny. Even somebody like me could see that the European nation was going to pull this shit and pull a European nation and do away with the union, become a nation. I've talked about that for a while now, and it's... I even got the, it's a conspiracy theory. They're not going to do it. They don't want to do it. They're going to try it. They're going to push for it, and they're accelerating it. I don't think they were going to do it just yet. They wanted to wait like maybe another generation or two and then start pushing for that, because that by 10 then as I don't know if I have that article up for today. They're blaming old people for Britain leaving. It's the old people's fault. They're old and racist. And that's... I find it funny. You disagree with this liberal mindset, and you're automatically a racist. Don't have to do nothing. You're just a racist if you don't fall in line. I don't know whether to cry or high step. It's scary. It's scary. The European political chiefs are to take advantage of the BritX by unveiling their long-held plan to morph the continent's country into one giant superstate. It has emerged today. And let me tell you, England, bravo on getting the fuck out of there. Congratulations getting out of that mess, because that is going to be a mess. Because how many, if there's a vote taken and there's countries that don't want to be a part, don't want to go to this giant super state, and a vote's taken and they lose the vote, are they going to be rolled into this nation against their will? All right, so the name of the AFL-CIO, one of their official, is Trumpka. I'm looking, it's going Trumpka on Trump trade.
Hello, it is Ryan, and we could all use an extra bright spot in our day, couldn't we? Just to make up for things like sitting in traffic, doing the dishes, counting your steps, you know, all the mundane stuff. That is why I'm such a big fan of Chumba Casino. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere with daily bonuses. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com. That's ChumbaCasino.com.
Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Is someone at Fox having like a seizure as they're typing? Whew. Okay. Trumpka on Trump trade. It could be terrible. But this... if you look at a lot of the polls of what's going on, I don't know if this is going to go through unless the politicians totally ignore the people, which I can see that happening. But a lot of the people want out of the European Union, let alone go to this super nation. There's a lot of them that are tired of this of this European Union. And they don't want to give up their... And that's one of the reasons that they're tired of. Between the immigration, there is no pride in their country anymore. And people have been saying this for decades. And they were told, nope, you're full of shit. You're conspiracy theory. You're overreading into it. Brain fart. It just people, this is not a good thing. This is a dictatorship pushing through. And they want to become... I mean, it's not just that they want to become one super state. They want to become one of the superpowers. And as these small countries, relatively small, give me 1 second. I'm trying to remember a site name at the same time. Here, this will be a lot easier and a lot faster. If I do it this way. If I get a little fuzzy on my broadcast, sorry. Doing something to help Sean real quick, and it'll only take a second. It's just... And it's... I don't know. I don't think this super state is a good idea, and I'm going to get more into it in a second. There we go. All right, sorry about that. Trying to do multiple things at the same time. The controversial member states would also lose what few controls they have over their own border, including the procedure for admitting and relocating refugees. Under the radical proposal, EU countries will lose the right to have their own army. They'll lose the right to have criminal law. They'll lose the right for taxation system and central bank, with all those powers being transferred to Brussels. In other words, it would strip all those countries of everything. I don't know. The plot has sparked fury and panic in Poland, a traditional ally of Britain in the fight against federalism, after being leaked to Polish news channel TVP Info. This has not been good for a while now. The European Union has not been a good thing. It is pushing a socialism that's out to destroy the way of life. It's scary. And I feel sorry for some of these people in the EU countries that do care about their country and are going to lose everything about them just so these political leaders can get more power, more control. The public broadcaster reports that the bombshell proposal will be presented to a meeting of the Visegrad group of countries made up of Poland, Czech Republic, Hungary, and Slovakia by German foreign minister. And excerpts of the 9-page report were published as the leaders of Germany, France, and Italy met in Berlin for BritX crisis talks. This is their big idea and the big solution to Britain leaving the Union. We're going to do away with the Union and become a super nation and take away all the country's powers. It's not good, people. Because now, even with the BritX failure, there's been a recent push here in the United States for Mexico, Canada, and the United States to join and become a union. Again, I've said it before. I respect Canada. I respect Mexico. But no. No. We are the United States. We are not anything else. We already have a union as we got the United Nation that makes us together, puts us together, and NATO. So you know what? That's all we need. Because to tell you the truth, I don't even want it in United Nation anymore. That thing has gone rogue and gone against everything that it was set up to be. But yes, there's now a push, a new call for it to happen here in the United States. And responding to the plot, the Polish foreign minister raged, "This is not a good solution, of course, because from the time the EU was invented, a lot has changed. The mood in European society is different. Europe and our voters do not want to give the union over into the hands of technocrats. Therefore, I want to talk about this, whether this really is the right recipe right now in the context of a Brexit exit. There are deep divides at the heart of the EU at the moment over how to proceed with the project in light of the Brexit vote. Some figures have cautioned against trying to force through further political integration, warning that to do so against the wishes of European people will only fuel further Eurosceptic feeling. A few weeks before the Brexit vote, European Council President Donald Tusk warned that European citizens do not share the enthusiasm of some of their leaders for a utopia of Europe without conflicting interests and ambition. A utopia of Europe imposing its own values on the external world. A utopia of Euro-Asia unity. See, that's the next thing, too. You get it where there's a European nation. And then you're going to want to do the Europe-Asia union. And then a couple generations down the road, they're going to push for one country on that. Now, when we read history, is this going to be right alongside of Rome trying to take over, or all the other massive continents or countries? Continents. That was dumb of me. But, well, is that what it's going to go down as? A non-violent takeover attempt to become the largest countries. I don't know. That right there, I think, is a little scarier than anything. It's... Think about that. How is it going to go down? Because I'm telling you, we may not see it in this lifetime. Yep. The world is going to hell in a handbasket. We may not see it in our lifetime. But if we were around, it would definitely be a push. They're trying to do a takeover. Reading a story real quick that was just sent to me. All right, I'll check that out later. More. I think this is a push by a bunch of people, and people think just because this is a non-violent attempt, that this is okay. It has no bad intention. Well, some of these leaders have learned that the violent takeover is not the best way. You create this non-violent, false knowledge, and no one's going to stop you. I think we're going to go down in history as a time that we did not stop an evil, and we're helping that evil to grow. And as I said, I called this months ago. I've been talking about it for a while now, that the European Union was going to push for a European nation. So it comes as no surprise when I came across that's what they're actually doing. And so many people told me, nope, I don't know what I'm talking about. And this is what makes me laugh. Because, again, it turns out to be true. Well, Mexico, the great country of Mexico, this is just sick. A Mexican model has been executed in front of her family in a border state. Mexican authorities continue to look into the execution of a model who was gunned down in front of her family. The model's boyfriend had been previously killed and is believed to have been tied to organized crime. The murder took place during the early hours of Friday morning when a group of gunmen burst into a house. Gunmen held various relatives at bay and shot a 23-year-old Carla Katrina Garcia in the head. The shooting matches the description of the execution-style murder typically associated with organized crime. Garcia had been a member of the Diamond Girls, an agency that represent models for dances, social events, and TV shows. A source close to the ongoing investigation revealed to the news that the gunman stormed into the house shouting, "Who is Karina?" The statement by the officials confirmed that the murder was not random in nature, but was in fact a targeted hit. The gunmen had been wearing dark clothing and caps in an effort to cover their face. The men had been in an SUV and had parked outside of the model's home. The women begged for her life. However, the gunmen dragged her into the kitchen where they shot her. The slain model left behind 2 girls under 5 years old. Garcia Facebook profile showed various photos of her at her job and various TV shows, as well as photographs of her with her deceased boyfriend. The woman's late love interest was recently murdered in the Mexican city. Oh, not even going to try that. The border region of Guerrero has seen a steady amount of violence between the Los Zetas and the Gulf cartels over drug trafficking routes. Right in front of the family. Not a care. That's a shitty way to go. I'm still stuck on the European Union. That takes balls. You know, countries want to leave. You know, especially since the BritX. And your whole response to it is, hey, let's do away with the nations and become one big country. If people can't see what's truly behind that,
It is Ryan Seacrest here. There was a recent social media trend which consisted of flying on a plane with no music, no movies, no entertainment. But a better trend would be going to ChumbaCasino.com. It's like having a mini social casino in your pocket. Chumba Casino has over 100 online casino-style games, all absolutely free. It's the most fun you can have online and on a plane. So grab your free welcome bonus now at ChumbaCasino.com. Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
I don't know. Because you don't sit there and say, okay, we got a lot of unhappy people, so what we're going to do... Actually, thank you, Kel, for that link. I haven't had a chance to get it since I got up. Because I do want to try to read through this at some time. Because that's a lot of reading. 800 pages. But thank you. Yeah, I saw that the Benghazi report from the Republicans were released. I talked about it when first started the show slightly. It's I wanted to get more information on it before really diving into it. But whether it's Republicans or Democrats, not exactly. I'm going to trust Chris Parantu over everything. I'm going to trust the people on the ground. Mark Geis, John Teagan. I'll trust what they have to say over what Hillary, who now it seems was home sleeping instead of taking care of business. And that's scary. It's scary. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media, High Plains Pundit Radio, ICRN Network, and coming up, I think it's like 6 days, Red Nation Rising Radio. We will be right back.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Now, Brownells, we know you may have only one shot to harvest that trophy, so we have thousands of accessories and replacement parts to improve your chances. We know how much you love to shoot, so our gunsmiths articles and videos will help you do more and get more out of your guns. We also value your hard work and money. That's why only Brownells backs up everything we sell with a 100% unconditional lifetime guarantee. Brownells, the world's largest supplier of firearm accessories and gunsmithing tools.
Out of the ashes of liberal rises the phoenix born onto the Red Nation Rising Radio Network coming July 4th, 2016. One of the many serving this great phoenix of Red Nation Rising Network is the one, the only Jersey Joe. Jersey Joe is bringing his Reaver of Common Sense show to the birth of a new Red Nation Rising Radio Network.
My name is Chris Paranto, call sign Tonto. I was with the Global Response Staff. We were the security element for the Central Intelligence Agency in Benghazi, Libya on 9/11/2012. Myself and my team responded to an attack that killed Ambassador Chris Stevens, Sean Smith, and two of my teammates, Tyrone Woods and Glenn Doherty. Radical Islam is basically terrorism in a nutshell. It wants to not only put down Western values, it wants to kill anybody that supports those Western values, which is freedom, which is Christianity, and which is also anything that looks poorly on Sharia law. We've allowed it again to grow into something that it shouldn't be, and it's becoming stronger and stronger every day that we don't lead from the front. Obama and Hillary, by avoiding the phrase radical Islam, they're being politically correct. They don't see it for what it is, and that's straight up destroying the Western world. Radical Islam doesn't have a fear. They will give up their lives. They will detonate themselves. They will do anything they can to fulfill Sharia law and kill the infidels. If we're not able to even say radical Islam, the word radical Islam, there's no way we can fight it. There's no way we can defeat it. The United States of America doesn't lead from behind. We are always setting the example. If not, we're going to see terrorism get bigger and bigger, and eventually it's just going to be continual lone wolf attacks in the United States. And I don't want that to happen to my kids. I don't want to see my family go through that. Please join me in waking up Washington in this fight on radical Islam, seeing the threat that it really is. Sign up at leadingfromthefront.org.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplains.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying cop for the stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking, drinking, drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the reaverofcommonsense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date on everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense show. I am your host, Jersey Joe. And I'm trying to make sense out of the senseless. It's a daunting task. The Jersey Takeover has arrived. We have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Remember to join the live chat. Go to shrmedia.com. Just click on the chat room button. Join the conversation. If you want to watch broadcast, that's easy. All right. That's easy. Just go to reaver.one. That is REAVER.ONE. And, click on the live stream. Don't forget to hit subscribe. And the most important thing, blip, 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 blip. See, I'm doing real good today. If you want to buy a shirt, hey, I'd greatly appreciate it. Go to the new store, reaver.one/shop. And I think that's my weakest attempt at trying to sell these shirts. You want to buy a shirt? If you want to support the show, if you want to show that you're a Reaver supporter, just go to reaver.one/shop and check out the store. There's a bunch of different t-shirts to choose from. You can even grab your SHR Media shirts there. You can grab I Love the Cat t-shirt. I Love the Rooster t-shirt. Hillary Clinton yearbook photo is on there. If anything, just go take a look at them. I think you'll get it. So it's 6 days until the launch of Red Nation Rising Radio. It will launch Monday, July 4th. It's going to be a big day for them. I can't wait. I was actually shocked and honored when I was told I was going to be being released on the radio station. I don't know what time slot. I don't know when yet. But we will find out. That's a lot of logistics that got to go into it. And I'll find out when it pops. I will let everybody know. I know on the ICRN, which is the same network as Red Nation Rising, it's through Liberty and Stream. I forget the other one. Like 2 o'clock in the morning. I think it is Tuesday through Saturday. I forget. I have to look into it. I didn't expect to talk about that at this time. So sorry for not having everything up to par. But it's these polls, if you notice, these polls are really weird lately when it comes to the presidential race. And here's why the new polls showing Donald Trump trailing Hillary are flawed. A new Reuters poll has many Republicans worried about the outcome of the 2016 presidential race, and many on the Democrat side ready to pop the champagne corks. The poll shows presumptive Democrat nominee Hillary Clinton leading by a shocking 14% over her Republican rival, Donald Trump. 47% to 33%. But someone explain to me, how is it when you look at the rallies and Donald Trump has 50,000 people at his rallies, and she has 5,000 people at her rallies, but she's leading? Unfortunately, there's one problem with the poll. It's heavily skewed. The Gateway Pundit reports that the Reuters 1,201 respondents, 626 were Democrats, and only 423 were Republican. In other words, 52% of the Reuters respondents were Democrats, and only 35% were Republicans. A huge 33% advantage for the Democrats. And according to AlanBWest.com, Reuters isn't the only misleading presidential poll. A new ABC News Washington Post survey found voters preferred Hillary 51% to 39%. In that sample, 36% of the respondents were Democrat, and only 24% were Republican. This is what we've been talking about lately. This is the bullshit these polls pull. And when I say they go after certain groups, they're going out after heavily Democrat leaning on these polls, which will skew the results to the Democrats. The skew polls are made less believable by the fact that Republicans' turnout in 2016 is likely to be higher than in previous years. As NPR noted in March, Republicans far outstripped Democrats in primary turnout, due in part to the insurgent nature of the Donald Trump candidacy. It's time for the mainstream media to rethink their skewed poll samplings. And I know this, I don't normally talk about sports. I'm a hockey fan. I'm a big hockey fan. That's my main sport. But growing up, I've always been a Philadelphia sports fan. And I always liked Buddy Ryan as head coach. And I think he was 82 years old. Buddy Ryan passed away today. And either last night or today, but it just was announced this morning. And I just want to give a moment for a pretty damn good coach. He was entertaining to watch, to say the least. All right. Like I said, I know that's not the normal, but it was entertaining to... So, looking at a lot of things. I hate to do this, but I'm going to have to cut my show short today. Seems like my daughter's not feeling too good, and my wife's tied up at the doctor's. I just got a text. I do apologize for shutting the show down early, but family comes first. And I will be back tomorrow, and tomorrow's my double day, so I will have the 2 shows. Again, my apologies for this quick exit, and I'm pretty sure everybody here will understand. Till tomorrow, I will be back 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And tomorrow night at 8 p.m. for a Southside Much show. So, till then, have a great day. You've been listening to the Reaver of Common Sense with its host, Jersey Joe. You can tune in every day, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on hppundit.com and shrmedia.com.
Looking for excitement? Chumba Casino is here. Play anytime, play anywhere. Play on the train, play at the store, play at home, play when you're bored. Play today for your chance to win and get daily bonuses when you log in. So what are you waiting for? Don't delay. Chumba Casino is free to play.
Experience social gameplay like never before. Go to Chumba Casino right now to play hundreds of games, including online slots, bingo, Slingo, and more. Live the Chumba life at ChumbaCasino.com. VGW Group. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.